Happy Sunday. So it has been an interesting weekend. Friday was not what I expected. I found out Friday that I unexpectedly, unbeknownst to me, took a 13% pay cut. And my employer had no intentions of ever telling me. And that is because they discontinued one of my retirement benefits. Didn't bother to tell me. The only way I found out is I happened to be checking my retirement account balance, and there should have been a deposit in April, and I didn't see it, and I thought, oh, maybe I'm looking at weird. And the only reason I went in is because it's like, oh my gosh, my retirement account is stock market based, and so I thought, ooh, should have hit when the market was down at its lowest, so like my account should be up really high right now because the market's doing good. So then I asked my employer, I was like, hey, can you tell me when this was made in April? Because I'm like not finding it on my account. They're like, yeah, we discontinued that benefit. And they're like, oh, well, I was like, can we talk about it? Because I was never told about that. And they're like, well, it's a benefit. Things can change. And I'm like, yeah, but you have to tell people. You can't just make changes. And like, there's a law and like, you have to give 60-day notice and blah, blah, blah. And then they just left it at that. So I'm pretty agitated. I just did my serum. Because, yeah, I was the only employee that they did it to. So I was the only employee. Supposedly the business isn't doing that great. Or whatever. I mean, they didn't even say it wasn't doing that great. But they said it wasn't feasible. So I'm interpreting that as the business isn't doing good. And I was the only employee made to sacrifice. So I don't think that's right, because any place I've been at when there has been a downturn in the market or the company has been struggling, every employee has had to sacrifice the same amount. Like we took 5% pay cuts one time where I worked, and they were temporary pay cuts for 6 months. Not here. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I thought about looking into an employment attorney because it is wrong. I just did my eye serum, and it's not right. But at the same token, I'm not in a position right now with taking care of my mom that I could be switching jobs. So it's just something I gotta figure out what I'm going to do with. But I thought it was just really crappy. But yeah, so now today is Sunday, and I'm just going to try prepping for the week. Definitely will not be putting any extra time in for my day job anymore. I will not. We're going to have to set some new boundaries. So what would you guys do with that? Just unexpectedly found out that basically 13% of your pay got reduced due to benefits, and that you're the only one that had to take that. And you weren't even notified. You only, what really agitates me is that I stumbled upon it. And had I not stumbled upon it, when would I have been told? Because it's already been, so it should have been done by April 15th. So it's already been like a month and a half, and I was never told. And so it kind of makes me feel like they never would have told me had I not found it. So that is what really I think bothers me the most, is that there was never a discussion. I was the only employee that was affected, and I was not told. I only found it when I confronted them, they copped an attitude. So that's frustrating. But yeah, that's the joyous life I have right now. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend, or out enjoying some of this beautiful weather. I am going to do some menu planning, then I'm going to go to grocery shopping, and just kind of try to figure how to reconcile with what my employer did to me, so that I can go back on Tuesday and be productive and not get myself fired, because I'm super mad. So I hope you have a wonderful Sunday.